The new league year is officially here, and it all starts with free agency. We take a look at the moves being made already and how that impacts the future for the Commanders. Plus, as we continue to celebrate Women's History Month, we sit down with the first female athletic trainer in team history to share her journey to Washington. And we go around the league to react to some of the biggest moves made on the first day of free agency. And welcome into Command Center. Julie Donaldson, Logan, Paulsen, Fred Smoot, and the free agency craze has officially begun so far. We'll be talking about all the moves that are being made, reported to be made. Initial reactions so far, though.
Well, I'm glad you said craze, because I feel like when I was playing, it wasn't this crazy. I feel like there's trades, all these big name items are moving all around, and then it's just there's constant movement. It is kind of an event in a way that I don't remember it being.
Well, it's more NBA-ish right now. Now, the offseason is all about the draft and all about free agency and all about guys finding new homes. But I can say this as a guy that did it, the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Well, everybody's trying to figure out what dollar they can get for their position, what team they may be going to, and which huge name QBs may fall where. But we continue to wait, and the show is not officially live, so things could still be moving by the time you get to see this. Now, according, though, to reports, Washington quarterback Taylor Heinicke, he is signing with the Atlanta Falcons, where he's expected to enter training camp as the backup to Desmond Ridder. He started 24 games over the past 2 seasons for Washington, including 9 starts last year. So it is time now to go inside the numbers, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the Washington Commanders. Heinicke appeared in those 26 games, leading the team to a 12-11-1 record. The former Old Dominion product completed 64% of his passes for just over 5,400 yards, throwing 33 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. Washington initially signed Heinicke during the 2020 season as the team's emergency COVID quarterback. And here he is now saying, thank you, Washington, because that changed his life from his sister's couch to getting a nice little payday down in Atlanta, which is home for him as well, Fred.
Yeah. Welcome back home. Thank you for what you did for us, but I also understand the situation. You cannot have what I call a celebrity backup. And right now, if you keep Heinicke on this team, he becomes your Tim Tebow, and it's more talk than it is action. So, adios, amigos. Enjoy Atlanta.
I mean, we did hear the fans cheering Heinicke. They did. I mean, his story is easy to get behind. He did do a lot of great things for Washington as well, but with him being gone, Logan, what does this mean for the backup position for Washington, understanding Sam Howell is right now kind of like QB1, but as head coach Ron Rivera says, not the starter.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting. They got to kind of find some guys. The market is getting thinner and thinner each day, but I think you're looking for an older guy, a guy with some experience, a guy that's been a backup before, a guy like Teddy Bridgewater, a guy like Gardner Minshew a little bit, maybe push him a little bit more. So a guy like that to kind of fill that out, I think would be really important.
I'm with Gardner Minshew. I think Gardner Minshew, because you said you want to bring a quarterback in here that can, one, help him learn and teach him, but also to push him as a starter. So I can't say Chase Daniel, because Chase Daniels is a backup. Right. All right, but Gardner Minshew is a guy that can come in here and kind of, make you think about who's the starter and who's not.
We know we need somebody to come in here and fill out that room, most certainly. But could it also be something you look at in the draft, or do you need a vet here at this position?
I kind of feel like you need a vet for the mentorship element. Obviously, there's a guy like Tanner McKee who you could draft, and I think there's a lot of people around the league that like a lot. But I do think you need to think about a guy that could push him right now and a guy that can teach him. I think that's another number that needs to be understood.
I got a name for you.
What we got?
Nate Sudfeld.
Bring him back.
Back.
I think that's a nice pick. I think that's a nice call, Fred.
We will wait to see what the team does do in free agency when it does come to that. And again, who knows? Moves could be made at any moment. But Taylor Heinicke reportedly moving on from Washington. Now here's a look at some notable Washington players from the 2022 season set to hit the market. The team is working to bring back as many of the guys as they can, but of course in this business, well, you never know exactly how the chips will fall, but the team will have some interesting choices to make in the upcoming days. So time now for our keys to winning. Presented by the Maryland Lottery. Play fast, win fast with fast play games from the Maryland Lottery. Now, to win during the season, you need to lay groundwork during the off season, and it does start with free agency. It starts right now, and with our guys first. And you look at the list of who Washington has for free agents. They always say you want to take care of your business first before you kind of go outside as well. So you're looking at that list. Logan, who stands out to you to say, you know what, let's try to really make the effort to bring some of these back?
I think they are talking to FA. I think FA Obata would be my guy. I think he's a good pass rusher. He gives you that inside-outside flexibility, which is great because you can take Chase Young, you can move him along the front, get a matchup against that fish, get the worst offensive lineman pass protector. So that type of guy. I don't know if they'll be able to get FA back, but is there another guy in the market like that or in the draft? Something to keep an eye on for sure.
My guy would be Cam Sims.
Your guy, your guy.
I'm a big Cam Sims guy. First of all, what he does on special teams cannot be replaced. Right. And when he gets his chance on offense, I'm one of these guys. When you give a guy a chance, does he show up? Every time we've gave Cam Sims a shot at playing wide receiver, he shows up and he plays well. I am a big Cam Sims guy, and I think he's one of those locker room glue guys, all right? Yeah. You know, nobody ever talks about what goes on in the locker room. I think he holds that locker room together, so Cam Sims.
I like that he never complains, but he does his work. I mean, he understands his role, his position. He seems to know how to be ready when his number is called to go in there and step up. Now, Cole Holcomb reportedly signing somewhere else, so not coming likely back here as well. Danny Johnson, well, he is re-signed to a 2-year contract extension as well. And Jeremy Reeves has been tendered. So make sure you go to commanders.com for all the news as this does unfold. Let's not get to the reports of outside free agents that could be coming in here. And I want to start on the offensive line because there's reports that we know Washington needs linemen, but there's reports, Logan, that there's 2 offensive linemen this team is looking to bring in here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Andrew Wiley's the guy that kind of sticks out in that group. You got the numbers reported are big, $8 million a year. That means he's going to start for you. Yeah. Guard converted to tackle. Eric Bieniemy knows him really well from Kansas City. A very efficient player, maybe not this high-end Trent Williams, Antonio Brown type, or Orlando Brown type guy, but a good player that can be elevated by Bieniemy's scheme.
And a playoff guy. Has a lot of playoff experience.
Yeah, he had 59 starts in 5 years. They also get Nick Gates, a former Giant, who almost had a career-ending injury against Washington. Linebacker Cody Barton from the Seahawks reportedly coming as well, and then Cameron Dantzler, reportedly coming cornerback.
He's a Mississippi State Bulldog, and we know one thing about Mississippi State Bulldogs.
15-minute conversation about him.
Listen, water covers 60% of the world, and we know Mississippi State defensive backs cover the rest. Hey, but I think what we're getting in this guy is we're getting a high-end guy, I think, at the age 24. And there go the key. You have to find a running mate with the rest of these defensive backs, and you want some tall, long guys on the edge, and that's what we get with Cameron Dantzler.
We wondered what position groups they would target during free agency. Those are the early reports so far. And if we are talking about the offensive line, well, the team is officially moving on from John Matsko, who was the offensive line coach last season. He said they're going in a different direction at the position and will no longer be with the team, according to head coach Ron Rivera. Now, with the addition of offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, it's hard to predict what the offense could look like next season. But with the reported additions, doesn't hurt to dive into the game tape. So let's send it over to Logan and Fred now from what we could expect to see from the line going forward.
Bacon.
Yeah, time to go inside the film room. Presented by Amino. It pays to be healthy.
Fred Smoot, it's the free agent period. There's all these crazy rumors circling about, and one of the guys that's popped up is Andrew Wiley from Kansas City, right?
I like that bacon now.
And you do like that bacon, and I'm excited to talk about some bacon with you because you're a bacon connoisseur.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people don't know that much about him, right?
Yeah.
Started for Kansas City at tackle, played a little guard. Let's take a look at him. And first, Fred, you said you like bacon. I like bacon, especially when it's a little salty and gritty and tough.
And flexible.
Because this is what this guy does right here. He says, I got you on the ground. Now let's just get you a little bit of speed bump right here and say, just what's that grass look like from right up on it? What do you think?
And
Fred?
you got to understand who this defensive end is right here and what he's doing to him.
Yeah.
And see, this is what you like about offensive line play. They never get the glory until the season is over with.
Yeah.
But these are the plays that make you a championship team. Don't forget this. The last time we won a Super Bowl, we had the Hogs.
Yeah.
This is the step getting back to that direction.
Absolutely. And again, I like a little nasty, like a little tough, like a little grit. That's always fun to see. But you said it, Fred. I like a guy that can move and bend. Here he is on a B block on the backside. They're double teaming this guy up to the linebacker, and just watch how he's able to get his hat to the inside number here and drive this guy out of the bar and say, I'm athletic enough to keep my feet. You're trying to shed. That's all right. Pacheco, go get in there and
I'm gonna keep going. See, this is what I love about offensive linemen.
Yep.
Finish.
Yes,
finish what you start, and this is what he does at a high level. He finishes what he starts.
And he loved those feet, loved that athleticism, loved the bend, loved the understanding of what he's supposed to do on the run. Now, this is where offensive line get paid. Now, if there's one thing I got to say, he's not the best straight pass protector, Fred.
All right,
but
all right.
Eric Bieniemy understands how to help his boy out, right?
Yeah.
You got Travis Kelce right here in a tight split. Hassan Reddick's like, what's going on here? And watch Hassan Reddick release off the ball here. He says, I got to play the chip.
Yes.
And our guy Wiley understands that, right?
And he sets quick.
He sets quick. He's not setting straight back. He's setting out to him and is able to take advantage and put himself in a good situation. It's kind of like playing DB, right, Fred?
It is.
Using the formation, using the defense to put yourself in a good position to be successful.
And it's similar, like you said, to DB, because I use the sideline as my defender.
Yeah.
And that's what he does here. He uses Kelce as a defender right
Absolutely. Now, we got play action pass. Everyone talks about it all the time. You're going to get run action going this way. He says, I know that. Let me be hyper aggressive, Fred, and jump this guy.
Yep.
And watch him get out here. He gets on this and takes all the air out of this rush. This guy has nowhere to go.
And that's what I like about it. Some guys sit back on a pass set like this and sit and wait. He attacks, and that's what I like.
And so he's got different clubs in the bag, Fred. He can get different things done for you, which is great. But if you need him to, as long as you limit these opportunities for him, he's pretty good at understanding his angle and relationship to the pass rusher. Here he is. He's on the line. He understands this is Hassan Reddick. He's a good pass rusher now, Fred.
Speed guy.
Speed guy. So he gets back out there. Good depth off the line here. And see, he's not even setting straight back here. See how he's closing the angle? He's working out.
But he's working out and forward.
Yes.
He's not setting back.
Right. To cut this angle off here, and then is able to sit down on the bull and give a nice pocket for Patrick Mahomes to throw a touchdown. And like you said, Fred, guys don't get enough credit, the old lineman, but he's the reason this gets done, eliminating one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. So if Eric Bieniemy can use his skill sets, use his intelligence, use his athleticism, I think we got a heck of a football player.
Bacon, bacon, bacon.
Still to come, it has been a good week for defensive tackle Daron Payne. We go behind the scenes to recap his contract extension. And we are celebrating Women's History Month. We sit down with Commanders athletic trainer Lindsay Gately as she continues to break barriers in the industry. And get ahead of the game and secure your luxury suite for the 2023 season. Experience the excitement of a Commanders game day from the climate-controlled comfort and privacy of a luxury suite. Enjoy gourmet catering options, VIP parking, and more for you and your guests. Learn more and place your suite deposit for the 2023 season at commanders.com/suites. Now, in case you missed it earlier this week, the Commanders signed defensive tackle Daron Payne to a contract extension, keeping him in the nation's capital for the next 4 years. Payne is coming off a career year that saw him set new personal highs in combined tackles, sacks, quarterback hits, and tackles for loss, which all helped him earn his first career trip to the Pro Bowl. Now, here's a look back at Payne's big day. This is our Field Pass presented by FedEx, where Now meets next.
Got everybody. Y'all funny, man.
Congrats, baby.
Appreciate it.
You good?
Appreciate it, yo. I'm good. Yeah. What's up, Z? We like the fit. Happy for you.
Congratulations, big dog.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, coach.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, coach.
Congrats. You earned it, young man.
Thank you.
You did a hell of a job, too, and you deserve it.
Thank you, coach. Thank you.
Real proud.
Nah, I appreciate you getting this done for me, man.
Nah, hey, Jack always felt you were the guy.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, let's rock out then.
all right.
Yeah. I appreciate it, coach.
You stuck
Again.
to your word.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
do.
most important
Y'all
thing.
stuck I wore too.
Yeah, but that's the most important thing. We just felt, you earned it, you deserved it, and I told you you did.
Yeah, you told me. You told me. I appreciate it.
You take care of your mom.
Oh, she already take care of it, but now she about to be spoiled for real.
That's good, though, man. I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah.
You did the right thing. You did what you're supposed to, man. And it's a great example. Your teammates will see that.
Yep.
We want to make sure people understand that. That's good to have.
No, so I'm happy to be back.
Well, March is Women's History Month, and it is also National Athletic Training Month, so who better to sit here and have a great conversation with than Lindsay Gately. You are first female full-time athletic trainer here for the Commanders. Glad to have you here.
Oh, happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no, you joined middle of the season. I have to imagine it's been like a kind of a bit of a whirlwind.
Oh, absolutely.
Just joining a job, learning your way around the building, meeting the people you're working with, but then on top of that, there's like this extra layer of attention because of the position, because you are the first. How has it been?
It's been great. I mean, to address the mid-season thing too first, it was obviously when you are with a team from the very start, you get to know what you're going to be doing right before the storm hits that is camp. But of course, I didn't initially get that. So it came in October, and it was my job to kind of roll with it and get right into it, get to know as many guys as possible, get to know my role as much as possible. And of course, being the first female was not lost on me. And the amount of attention it got was very, heartwarming to see the people that were reaching out to me about it. So it was a great honor to be here and do that.
I know publicly everybody's kind of ready for us to get past these first, but there does have to be somebody that has that job to show that you're capable, you're a hard worker, and you deserve it. While there's a lot of praise and recognition for the outside world for being able to be in this position, how was it on the inside for you?
Oh, yeah. I think you addressed it a little bit. There is a little bit of that pressure to do well. You have the spotlight on you, and you want to set a good example, because myself in this role, I hope it's going to be followed by many other people. And as you can see around the NFL, they're becoming more and more prevalent with the females in this role. But for me, it's definitely a reminder to, continue to do the things that got me here. We're still working extremely hard, and it brings me to be hard on myself sometimes, but ultimately it's going to produce the best result, and I can set the best example for those moving forward.
I feel like that's the sign of anybody who's going to be great at what they do, is they're probably going to be very hard on themselves and expect a lot more out of it. But you come with a very qualified background. You're an athletic trainer for the pros, for colleges, Wake Forest, also with the Steelers. How is it that you found your way here, though?
Yeah, as you can see in my past, football has been a big part of it. So the thing I've loved most about being part of all these football organizations, and I've been grateful to be part of some good ones, is the kind of the staff structure of football is something that's really appealing to me. One part is that we have, let's say typically here, we have 5 clinicians on our immediate sports medicine staff. So that consists of athletic trainers and physical therapists. For me, that gives me the ability to bounce ideas off when, I'm thinking through a patient and we're thinking about a case and what's best for that guy moving forward. Having that team of people is just really unmatchable when you're on your own with a sport. And I think the other thing football has really brought is just this sense of urgency, both from the 5 of us and everyone that helps us. So that extends to our physicians, that extends to our strength and conditioning staff, our dietitian, and we all just want to be available to help those guys, whatever it takes. And that's been a common theme with all the football locations.
If you were to give a bit of message or advice to anybody that wants to get into this, and thought that maybe being a female would be a barrier, what would that advice be?
Yeah, my friend and I were actually just talking about, because we had an incident with one of our other friends, but women tend to not apply for jobs they're qualified for, or I should say they don't think they're qualified for certain jobs. So they'll under-apply and seek those opportunities, and men tend to apply for things they're not necessarily as qualified for. So I would say, biggest thing is if you think or you're scared, I don't know if this is going to work out, just put your name out there. I've had so many good interactions by just having conversations with people that didn't necessarily turn into a job in that moment, but my name was in their head when something came up later. So getting your name in as many people's heads as possible by putting your name out there, offering to volunteer at a local high school or a D1 college or someone that really needs it, not even at the professional level, then your name's going to get out there.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure
absolutely.
meeting you and chatting with you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, Julie.
Now, for more on Lindsay's journey to the Commanders and other stories celebrating the remarkable women of our franchise, make sure to head on over to the team website to read our story. You can also find it on the team's app, so make sure to download it if you have not already. Now, still to come, things are heating up around the league as free agency takes flight. We react to some of the moves that have been made so far. And level up your 2023 Commanders game day experience in the Loge Level Shared Suites. Enjoy plush open-air seating, all-you-can-eat catering, private premium bar, and the exclusive Loge Lounge. Learn more and secure your Loge experience for the 2023 season now at commanders.com/suites. A quick programming note. At the end of the month, Command Center will be leaving NBC Sports Washington, but does not mean the show is coming to an end, as we will continue to deliver you fans the best content involving your favorite team. You can watch new episodes of Command Center each week on the team's website and YouTube channel. Okay, free agency. A lot of players reportedly on the move as free agency officially kicks off. What gets you kind of most excited, Logan, though?
I think the stuff within the division, right? So,
Yeah.
like, I'm a tight end, right?
Yeah.
Darren Waller is one of my favorite players at the position. He's big, he's freaky, and I like that I get to see him more in the division. I know the team doesn't like that, but I want to see what he looks like, and that's an exciting thing for me.
Well, by the way, I feel like a free agent because that was Santana Mouse on that screen and not me. All right, we're going to correct that. Now I have to go cornerback, all right? Trayvon Diggs has been one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and now you're pairing him with Stephon Gilmore, former defensive player of the year. I think that one is going to be something that we're going to have to see down the line because they can cause us some problems because we do have a group of wide receivers that they do need a group of DBs to stop. So I think that is going to be the one that I look at the most right now.
And that's something Coach is always talking about when you are making moves in free agency and the draft is what are the other teams in your division doing that you can make sure you counteract for. And apparently the Cowboys Ezekiel Elliott maybe on his way out as well. My goodness.
Are you surprised by that?
I'm not surprised that Zeke is finished there because he has more nose rings than he has touchdowns.
My God.
So I'm just saying. He has been one of those players that he got diagnosed with fat rat's disease. Fat rat's disease is when you pay a player and he doesn't play the same.
Fat rat,
yeah, he got fat rat's disease, and now they have to cut him.
Do you think that snap he had in that game was the final straw for him?
I think it is, and I hate it for him to have to end his career with that snap being his last play as a Dallas Cowboy. But I don't feel sorry for you, Zeke. I don't.
Best friends with Dak Prescott as well.
Yeah.
So we will keep a close eye on all the moves happening in free agency. And again, look, it's fluid, so a lot of things going reported will be confirmed once players are signing. But we will have everything up to date for you on Commanders.com. So for Fred and Logan, I'm Julie. Make sure you stay with us as free agency continues and is kicked off.